Local boxing history will be made next week in Welland as the Ontario champion Sierra Picton becomes the first female boxer to headline a card.
Well, I'm really honored. I mean, this place has been around for over 30 years, a huge part of the boxing community. Ray Napper Sr., the man that opened the gym and was the first head coach here, who went to the Olympics with Tom Lesby and Lennox Lewis. I mean, he's created a legend out of this place, and his family's been super sweet and just really letting me, a female, have so much responsibility and giving me that opportunity to kind of be in the spotlight and represent them. So after so many years. So I'm really honored, really flattered.
Does that put any extra pressure on you?
It does a little bit, absolutely. I always am a little more nervous when I fight in front of people I know. I like to look good for people that I know. So I'll be fighting the current 112-pound British Columbian champion. We have fought once before. It was the very beginning of this year. I went to BC, fought her at her hometown. She got the decision, but since then I haven't lost a fight yet this year. I've been training really, really hard, so I'm expecting to give her a good go of it.
Ray, tell me why Sierra is getting the title shot to headline here at the card.
Sierra's earned the spot in the main event. She's got 40 bouts now. She trains hard every night. It's pretty hard to deny her the spot in the main event. It was a tough call. My last show in Welland, I had Star Jackman, who was deserving of the shot in the main event, Sierra, who was, and also my brother, who's the ringside world champion. So this time it was a no-brainer, 40 fights, the hardest worker in the boxing club, and she deserved it.
It's not just Sierra boxing on the card. Can you tell me about the other matches that are on the card that night?
As of right now, I have Sierra matched against the British Columbia champion. I have Tyron Meredith, former Notre Dame student, matched against a gentleman from Burlington. I have Emily and Jake St. Jean from Port Colborne matched. I have Calum Bowie, the Ontario junior champion, matched against a gentleman from Brampton. And I had Tyler Powley, my second most experienced guy, matched against a kid from Toronto, who it'll be a good night of fights.
And what's the hardest thing that you think you've learned? You see it on TV and you think, I could do that. What's the hardest thing that you've had to learn in your training sessions?
Probably getting hit. Nobody really likes to get hit. Everybody likes to hit. Nobody likes to get hit, and that's a big part of boxing is getting hit. So I've had a little trouble with that. My defense hasn't been the greatest over the last little while, and since I've come to Nappers, I've grown to fix it a little more, and I hope I'll show it in this fight.
Speaking of people getting hit, I see Sierra warming up. I wouldn't want to get hit by that.
She's quite a storm. She throws pretty fast. I spar with her quite a bit, and she has to take it down a notch because even though we're about the same size, she's a much better fighter. I could see her winning the Canadian Championships this year.
Now, I've had a lot of nicknames myself. How did you get the nickname Mad Squirrel?
I've had this name since I started fighting. One of my former coaches at a different gym gave it to me, and I always just assumed it was because I was fast, and I've got this ponytail that kind of bobs around and looks like a tail. But yeah, I don't really know what made him think of it, but it's been sticking and people like it, so I'll keep it.
You can cheer on the Mad Squirrel and the rest of her team on September 19th at the Royal Canadian Legion, Branch 4 in Welland. Watching them spar, I think the only way I could win was to bite somebody's ear. Reporting for The Source, I'm Bob. Knock 'em to the ground in the third round, Romeo.